Hey guys, how's it going? Just getting myself sorted. Hi Evelyn. Hey Angie. Just trying to get all of the, I don't know how everyone has it all going so that everything looks good right from the word go. Alrighty, TV's up. Alrighty, so let's see how this looks. What did I just do? Hey, where am I going? Okay. No idea what I'm doing this morning. I am still half asleep. So it will be quiet till I get going and wake up. Don't want to hear my own voice on my phone either. Hey Mandy, how's it going? Yeah, I'm sure you're sleepy. You shouldn't be here. You should have slept in, Angie. I could do it. Oh yeah, you caught it, Shell. Hello. I started a bit early today. I thought this one everyone else can enjoy because it's at a reasonable hour for you, except for me and Angie and some other Australians that come in. It's a little bit early in the morning. Hey Ezra, yes, you made it. I thought this might be a good time. Yeah, 9 p.m. for you. Awesome. That is a good time. That's about wind down time. That's nice. I just saw your video come up on my feed. Sorry, I'm still yawning. Come up on my feed about the water in the bubbles. So that'll be what I'm watching after this, which will be good. But, it's 11 at night for you, Ezra, but you're still in quarantine. Yeah, no quarantine here, which is fantastic. Although I'm heading down to the Big Smoke next weekend for the ballet, and we'll be wearing masks and stuff when we go down, just to be on the safe side. But living in a small country town kind of makes life a little bit easier. We all kind of have space in spades here. Hey, Boots. Alrighty, so what I'm doing today as everyone's coming in is I am doing this page. I actually have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with it. I will try and tell you a little bit about the myth or the story that goes with this as I colour it. That's the word I'm looking for. Wow. Early. Coke hasn't clicked in yet. It is from Goddess of Myths from Fabrika Fantasy. So there is a flip through of this on my channel if you go back some bits. I forgot to actually link that down below, but don't stress. Angie, don't go looking for the link. It's okay. But I do in my description have the link to this book. Okay, so to Fabrika's site. So they have, thanks Angie. Yeah, no, not tea or coffee. I'm having Coke, Evelyn. I don't do hot drinks. And yeah, so the link to this is down there. They have a whole lot of digital books available, but I'm going to work from this one. So that's what booklet that I'm working with. And this is the image. So this is Kitsune Fox. Okay, so I'm just seeing that's a bit glary. Why did that suddenly glow glary? Ooh, come back in, focus. All right, let's figure out what's happening with light there. I think that might be a bit better. There we go. Yeah, Coke definitely works. All right, you got to hear it crack. There we go. And just those that weren't there the other day, I've got Bogan today. So there's the Bogan. And I just dripped all over my page. Classy work this time in the morning. There we go. I won't tell you what I'm wiping the page on right now, but I'm sure you can imagine. Alrighty. You're locked down probably till March. Yeah, I was watching a few things, Shell, like the strain over in the UK is like 70% more contagious, which is crazy. I've seen some news like things about it and stuff like that. That's why we went down to in Brisbane, which is my capital city. They locked it down for 4 days just because someone come into the quarantine with UK strand, and so they just locked the whole city down for 4 days. Hey, Em, how's it going? Oh, just so you know, the girls aren't here today. One, it's 7 a.m. and teenage girls certainly aren't awake at that period of time. So they're still sleeping. And Emily's at her sister's. She went around and stayed at her sister's last night, so she's having a sleepover with her older sister. But Georgia's snoozing away. So it's just me. I'm sorry. All right. Where do I even start with this? Someone pick me somewhere to start. All right, let's start with a tree. Green. Let's go green. Alrighty. Let's go for pickle. Whatever tickles your pickle. Just got not fully, Evelyn, yeah. We just go from different levels. Yeah. Up in Queensland here at the moment, we're pretty much, well, in my regional area. So I've got pickle, so I'm using the Shapir Farbens. We're pretty much in mostly out of complete restrictions. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, respecting social distancing if you're in crowds and things like that. But other than that, we don't have any, like, major restrictions, like venues are at full capacity and things like that. So, Rosalind, time to pick my brain if you want to ask some questions about your assignment, if you think I can give you any help. So just throw a question this way and if there's anything you're thinking of and want any pearls of wisdom from me at 7 in the morning, just let me know. But haven't been pretty much since last March. I know part of me is like, you know, the introvert in me likes the idea of lockdown, but I also like the idea of being able to do what I want, when I want. So, yeah, it's crazy. It was funny when we did have lockdown here. So we only had lockdown in my area for like major lockdown for about 6 odd weeks in March, April last year, and I was moving house of all things in the middle of a lockdown. So I think I was out more than I was in, which is weird because I rarely go out. So it was kind of a bit of a contradiction. Michigan isn't on lockdown. Pathogenesis of canine parvovirus. Oh, yeah. That sounds like delightful fun. Yeah, I'll leave that with you. Oh, gosh, it's been a while since I've done pathogens. I wouldn't even be able to tell you all the different kinds of viruses. I know there's a coronavirus now. It's been a long time. It's sometimes cheaper. Yeah. Ordering the Joanna book soon. Nice. I haven't pre-ordered her new book because I kind of feel that it's just not worth doing that in Australia because the shipping's astronomical with the pre-order and by the time it gets here and things like that. So I'll just wait till it is in stores here and then I will venture out to get it. All right, let's go in with olive green. Yeah. I'm with you, Angie. It's just too early in the morning. We're pretty clear in most places, Shell. they, a lot of cities, like bigger cities, have just recommended that you wear masks if you're like going into large events or like big shopping centers and things like that. But out in my regional areas, no one's doing anything like that, which is pretty good. Sometimes it's good to be living out in what. Went crazy on Etsy this morning. Oh, I love seeing your colouring, Evelyn. That Christine Karen one that you just did, it's just joyful. She looks so happy, just lazing about. And then I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and thinking, oh, I should go out and laze about in my hammock. I never think to actually go out in my hammock. I really should. I've got one of those double-sized hammocks, so you go out onto my deck, and you hop in that, and you can pretty much wrap yourself around in it. It's awesome. So I'm like a little bit tired, apart from that it's 7 a.m. Stupid me last night. So I'm on holidays, as some of you might realise, with school, and I go back next week. Kelly Horton book and 2 colouring book. Oh, nice, Ezra. Yeah, they are Pierre Farb and Shell. Pam, Sydney. Yeah. I thought most of the big cities have kept up with the masks, which makes sense just due to population density. But yeah, because my holiday's coming to an end, I realised last night, because I was going to do all of these, jobs, all of these projects while I was on holidays, and I've pretty much done nothing but laze about and watch Netflix and go to the beach. So last night I decided to make couch covers. So after making 3 couch covers, and then I decided I might as well make cushion covers while I was at it. And I love craft. I love all that kind of stuff, but I absolutely hate sewing. And I'm sitting there last night just going, why do I do this? Holidays end on Monday. Nice. Keep looking at them, wanting them, but can't have. Oh, the Shapirs, they're really nice. I kind of like them. They're a little bit more, in my technical terms, mushier than the polys, but they hold a nice point. But I haven't worked with them long enough to really know. I was on message to Angie last night, and I'm like, what? I had a couple of choices of pages, and then I'm like, what pencils should I use? My brain wasn't working with anything. All right, let's go in now with, what colour do I want to use? I might use Cypress Tree. They're not available in the UK. That's weird. If I can get them in Australia, you have to be able to get them in the UK. I did a Sarah Richter's page from the Colouring Heaven magazine the other day. Her work is awesome. I just love the variety that she has. Some are really dark and moody, and then the next minute you've got a bat hugging a pumpkin. It's awesome. Whimsy Girls at Work. Yeah, you'll have to message me, Azra, if you want to do a body colour with that one. Anytime you want to do something like that, just let me know. This one is darker. Okay. All right, so the story of Kitsune. Okay, so Kitsune is fox in Japanese language. So, and foxes are highly revered in the Japanese mythology. Do you want to hear the story about it? I'm not sure. I'll see you, Mandy. Have a nice day. I'm not sure if you want to hear the story behind foxes' importance in Japanese culture? Let me know if you do. I can tell you some stuff. Not a lot, but I can tell you some. Yes, you want to hear the story? Okay, cool. Well, at least someone does. I only needed one person to say yes. So kitsune is, so there's two main breeds of foxes in Japan. So there's, you know, a lot of foxes around in the countryside. That's all right, Astra. And so what happened is, why they're so revered is, me trying to think about it now at 7 a.m. and get it right is going to be interesting. So they are the messengers of the Inari no Kame. So the Inari no Kame are the Shinto spirits, gods. Okay, so, and there are about 5 or 6 different spirit gods that, you know, so they're kind of genderless. Sometimes they're represented as female, sometimes they're represented as male. But they are the gods of foxes. Hey, Joanna, that's all right, darling. I'm sorry I missed your stream. So they're the god of foxes, obviously, and I'll get to how that works in a sec. But they're also the gods of rice, agriculture, and farming, and all of that kind of stuff. So they're very important spirits, gods within the Shinto religion in Japan. So in Japan, the two main religions that they follow are Shintoism and Buddhism. Generally, they're not one or the other. They tend to take parts from both. So they're very, they're non-secular, the Japanese culture. But so what they do is with I'm going back in with the olive green. Where am I? Okay, Shintoism. Sorry, brain, like I said, early in the morning for me. So they follow both. About a third of all shrines in Japanese mythology, Japanese temples and stuff like that are done towards the Inari no Kami, so the fox gods. And the foxes are combined with them for the messengers. Okay, so with the kitsune can be represented by the number of tails that they have. So you might have seen images of foxes with a number of tails. They can have up to 9 tails. So 9 tails is as many as they get before they get enlightenment and go to heaven as such. So I'm going to go back in now with the lighter colour, which is pickle. Tickle my pickle. And just kind of start blending this in. Yeah, so, sorry, I'm getting back to the story. Hi, Mona. How's it going? Oh, nice. Yeah, Joanna, getting done with the diamond painting. I feel you. I've only just started one. I'm just doing the back, which is, I'll show it in a sec if you remind me after I finish my story. I've got a massive amount of colour blocking of one white colour, and so it's just a nightmare. Yeah, so it can have up to 9 tails. Yeah, so it is a mix of 2 religions. Yeah, so they don't really, you know, the Japanese culture really, they're more about, you know, I guess, doing all of the things just for good luck and tradition, if that makes sense. But they don't, yeah, it's hard kind of to describe it. It's very much embedded into their culture, but they kind of mix between the two. Yeah, so a regular fox lives for about 1 to 3 years, maybe up in the wild, up to about 10 in captivity. And I'm right, yeah. So that's that with that one. I'm going to keep those colours out. I'm going to go in with a little bit of white just to kind of bring in some lightness at the tips. Yeah, so get back to the tails. So they live up to about 10 years in captivity. However, in Japanese mythology, the ones that are messages for the Inari no Kami are they live longer, and with age comes wisdom, as we all know. And when they reach 100 years of age, they get an extra tail. Okay, so every 100 years they get an extra tail, and they can get up to 9 tails. So they live up to 1,000 years old. Okay, and when they become 1,000 is when they reach enlightenment. They have got all the wisdom required from their time as messengers, and they can go to, you know, the heavens to be with the Inari, with the spirits. And when they reach that 1,000 years of age, they turn white. So you will see a lot of the images of the Inari with white foxes, because they're the ones that have the kitsune that have reached enlightenment. So that's the story behind the kitsune. I think I got it all. If you saw my, hold on, I'm just going to show you. If you saw my dragon from last month when I was working on it, so this one, okay, these are all torii gates. These are all Shinto shrines, okay, so the pathway to enlightenment. Now, this is actually represents Fushima, which is outside Kyoto, which is the 1,000 torii gates. So when I saw this, it was kind of really cool that I wanted, you know, I've been and walked through these 1,000 torii gates. It's kind of an amazing thing to be able to do. And people donate money. So businesses will donate money, you know, from anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 to build one of those gates. And that, you know, that's basically by their donation, they're making an offering to the kami, to the gods. And oh, hello, Mary and Tonya. Yeah, so excuse me, just burping on Coke. And yeah, so that's the, I think I've got that. I think I've got everything there. And that 1,000 gates is actually all towards the kitsune, to the Inari, to the fox gods. So it's one of the major Shinto shrines in Japan. Yeah, Pam, Japan is just, yeah, it's all right, Shell. I missed Tanya's stream yesterday too. I was out getting a PS5 for my nephews because apparently that's what I have to do, is just get in the car and drive to another town and get a PS5 for the kids. And I get back and I was half in Tanya's stream, but I couldn't, like, you know, I was only lurking in and out as I was in the shopping centre. And then next minute she's changed her name. I was like, whoa. And, oh, thank you, Evelyn. No, I think everyone's dragons are amazing. It's, yeah, it was Shell's birthday yesterday, Rosalind. I know. She's getting old. She got a bit drunkish on some Baileys. Good old Baileys. I've got a good recipe for Baileys if you ever want it, Shell. You were drunk last night, so you didn't see. Yeah, the East. Yeah, I prefer. I like the west side of Japan. So that's over near Kanazawa and stuff like that. That's my little happy place. But the entire country is amazing. I can't wait to take Georgia there because her being a child, nearly 6 foot, blonde hair, blue eyed, she's gonna get spoiled. All right. Okay, magnolias. Let's get into these. Okay. Let's go with Bloomin' Bouquet. I want to say so much more whenever I see bloomin'. See how? Oh no! Please don't. You don't want me to sing nothing, Rosalind, especially at 7 in the morning. All right, so I've got blooming bouquet. I'm just going to start putting a really light layer down. Magnolias tend to have not a lot of colour on their top leaves. It's more of on underneath. So it seems stupid not putting some colour into these magnolias. So I'm going to anyway. They're my flowers. I can do what I want. You can't tell me what to do. But yeah, the Bailey's recipe I've got is one of Mum's old recipes, and it's made on Scotch, which is pretty good. Scotch is a lot cheaper than Bailey's. Mind you, I haven't had a drink in a long time. Nice. All right, I'll see if I can find it, Jill, and I'll send it to you. Yeah, I think it's condensed milk, coffee, Scotch, all of the stuff that sounds disgustingly bad for you, but tastes so good. You're right, Roo. You're right. No wrong. Yeah, true. Thanks, Evelyn. Because, they're not cherry blossoms. So it was like, got to sit there and think of how I'm going to do these magnolias. But we'll figure something out. I think they're magnolias. Looks good enough. Can you guys see it okay? It looks like you can see well enough with my big fat hand in the way. The joys of being left-handed is you get to see my big fat hand. Well, all I was Rocket Man about Elton John. Life is good. Yeah, Rocket Man. That's about as much as I can do. I actually haven't seen that movie. It's one of those things. I haven't seen the one about Freddie Mercury either. I really need to watch those things. Alrighty. I would have liked to have seen the conversation of how they all come up with Tonya's new name for the channel, which is perfect, absolutely perfect. I think I was in Emily's channel, in Emily's stream yesterday, and my M was kind of listening in. And we were talking about, eating green ant butts and whatever else we were talking about. And food, basically. And my M's like, is that all you guys ever talk about is food? And I'm like, why, yes, it is. We tend to talk about food quite a bit. All right, I'm going to bring this up just for a sec. I needed to have a look. My eyesight is not the greatest, and that is too far away for me to see what I am, in fact, colouring. Because I'm a little bit blind and old. Yeah, no, I miss you, Mary. Just so you know, I think we all we love you both, and it's kind of it's missing you in the streams. I just love listening to you and Tonya. The way, I don't know, I just, girls, you ladies are absolutely lovely, and the love you have for each other and the way you guys pay each other out is just awesome. So you'll have to pop in here and there, Mary, just to give us a bit of thing, because I'm always dead to the world when you go live, because that's way in the middle of the night for me. So you might have to do a nighttime stream so I can catch you. And we get that, Mary. Like we understand that. We understand life and family is way more important. There just have to be a guest appearance every now and again. when we least expect it. Is it really bad? I have absolutely no idea if I'm colouring petals or what I'm doing right now. Just layering it down, hoping for the best. But yeah, Appetite for Colouring, best name ever. Absolutely love it. Some great minds coming up with that idea. Why are you saying, oh, hello, Ashley. How's it going? I didn't see you come in. You are colouring on paper, apparently. I don't know what I'm doing. Rosalind, what am I doing? It's too early. Don't make me think. Oh, there's that to Mary to hear her voice. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the base of them things down. Let's go to the next colour. What one am I going to use? Let's go Sassy Pink. I love the names of these Shapiras. If you want to know what paper I'm using, is that what you want to know, Rosalind? I am colouring on the Canson drawing paper. Oh, you see, I didn't know what I was colouring on. Oh, it's just, oh, yeah. I didn't know what, yeah. Thank you, Rosalind, for being helpful. My brain's not ready for Australian sarcasm. All right, we'll just missed a bit of chat. I don't know. All right, so I'm going in with Sassy Pink. And I'm just going to start putting in a little bit of texture into these magnolias. And around the center, they're much darker pink. So, no, keep the sarcasm going. I need to wake up sometime soon. I need to get back. This is good. It's actually getting me back into thinking about work mode. I've actually been managing to sleep in, and I need to get back into that. I need to get up early and function. So it's good. Oh, yeah. It's not good singing, but Shell. I feel for my students because I like to sing how to do, you know, maths and science and stuff. I always put it into singing or dancing or something along those lines. And I do feel for them. It might get embarrassing for them sometimes. No, never tone down the sarcasm. People just need to catch up to it, Rosalind. That's all. You've had an hour more than me. It's an hour later for you. I legit have absolutely no idea what I'm even colouring here. Oh, we'll hope it all comes together. Yeah. What'd you buy, Ashley? I missed it. Did I miss something? Who bought stuff? Who's going to enable me next? Glad Shannon's not here because, oh my God, I was going off at her yesterday. Here I am at Spotlight, which is one of our craft stores, buying paper and looking at a candy box maker and something else and a corner snipper here and a corner thing there. And I was just like, no, I do not need that. I may have come home with more papers because I needed them like a hole in the head too. Of course, Evelyn, that's what bosses do. I bought a rolling art cart. Nice. That's actually what I did yesterday. I was because I like to colour in my bedroom, right? So, and most of my stuff is down in my art room, but I don't like to colour down there. And but everything is down there. So, you know, slowly things have been coming back up here and taking over my life and my bedroom, as things tend to do. And I was like out there, and I was nearly bought a cart yesterday. I went, wait up, I'm sure I've got a cart down in the art room. So I found that, went down last night, found that, and I bought that up. And now I have a rolling cart beside me too, basically because everything is overflowing. Oh, but paper trimmers are great. Yeah, I've got a paper trimmer. When are you going to do another haul? At the end of the month, Azra, I'll do another one. I will tell you now, I failed that monthly goal where I was going to monitor my purchases. Just so you're aware, in advance, I failed. There is in no way, shape, or form have I monitored my spending habits. I kind of figured that was going to be one that I fail a bit. But yes, I did in fact fail that one. But that's okay. I'm allowed to. I am considering getting a second job just to fund my hobbies. Pooping pooches. I love that. Yeah, that's the problem with it. See, you sit there and go, oh, I'll just buy this, and then you just buy that, and then next minute, because it seems so cheap at the time, and then it adds up. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, magnolias tend to have a lot of like kind of spots and textures through them. It's not a perfect kind of colour. The pooping pooches colour would definitely go in the toilet here. Absolutely. What am I looking at? Oh, hello, Wilson. How's it going? Oh, look at everyone coming on in. So is this a good time for most people except for me, Angie, and Rosalind? You know, ridiculously early for us. But yeah, I'm trying to think of one that doesn't interfere with others. I don't think I'm interfering with anyone else's streaming. I think Aussie Heather comes on at 9 this morning. And you're going to make a quick breakfast? You go for it, Rosalind. Make some for me too, except for I don't eat it. Yeah, she has those in many companies. Yeah, the amount she enables us, I think so too, Angie. Yeah, so Yeah, Shannon's got me back into my paper crafting. I'm not sure if you saw, I'm doing a giveaway for reaching 500, so I think that's my video before this. And I made like a journal compendium with paper. I had a bit of fun with that. I like designing it more than anything. You know, sitting there with my, no surprise there for, you know, but sitting there with my notebook out trying to figure out how it all go together and coming up with the design for it. That was kind of like me sewing couch covers last night. But anyway, they're done. If anyone, I know Joanna will get it, but those people that have big furry dogs, your entire life is about how to maintain your furniture so that the dogs still are very much part of your life, but you can, in fact, keep it clean, hair-free, and if your parents are coming to stay, you can quickly wash the couch covers so it doesn't look like, you know. So that's what I've been doing, and I made the stupid mistake a couple of years ago of getting a, you know, leather vinyl kind of lounge, and that with Labrador claws was a very, very, very stupid idea. So I have had to come up with ideas to fix it. Oh, I hate sewing. I absolutely hate sewing. I'll do all kinds of craft, but sewing is, no, I don't. It just doesn't bring me any sense of joy. My mum was like, you know, she was a bit of a seamstress. My stepmum is, my aunt is, and my aunts are. They all love to sew. That's certainly not. I'll cross stitch and embroider, but sewing, no thanks. So I'm going to go in with plum now, just so if you're keeping up the colours that I'm doing. Yeah, so me sewing, not so good, but Georgia had the sewing machine out. So she said in the stream that she felt like sewing, and she went and got the sewing machine out. She was just mucking around with some materials, just learning how to use the machine. And I'm like, while it's out and the aircon's going, I probably should do those couch covers that I have been meaning to do for, you know, 9 months. I think it's 9 months or 12 months ago that I bought the material to make couch covers. So, thank you, Ezra. Oh, it's her last litter, yeah. I'm kind of glad as a human we tend to have one child, maybe two. I don't know how they carry all of those pups. Okay, that's fine, Shell. It was nice to see you pop in. Have a nice night with hubby. Don't get too drunk again tonight. But if you do, enjoy it. You know, it's birthday week, as Georgia pointed out. It's her birthday month. Thank you. All right, had a bit of a lull there. I was actually focusing on where I'm going to put shadows. I was actually using brain to think. It was kind of hurt a little bit. Nice, nice, nice. Enjoy the Baileys. Now I kind of sit there and think, do I even have Baileys downstairs? I always usually do. In case I have to give someone a drink. No, she's not bad. Angie's not bad. She's just, you know, saying what we all think. It's good. I've got to remember to send, because I think Emily yesterday thought I was joking when I was talking about eating green ants' butts. I was trying to remember last night to go get a link to a site to show you how to eat a green ant's butt, but I forgot. So I've got to remember to do that. Keep trying to remind myself. Oh, identical twins. No. You're back with breakfast? Awesome. What are you having, Rosalind? Tonya, I want to know. What you eating? Probably Vegemite on toast. What do we got? What are we looking? What do we look? Smoothie with frozen berries yogurt. Oh my gosh, that sounds way too healthy, but sounds delicious. Muesli. Yum. Toasted muesli. Oh, I haven't had toasted muesli in ages. I'm not a big breakfast eater, so I forget that I actually like some of those things until someone mentions it, and then I'm like, oh, yum, a bit of toasted muesli over yogurt. Sounds so good. Healthy in 2020. Oh, yeah. Oh, it is. It's so easy to get Emily going. I do enjoy it. But I think after the drop bear incident, she thinks that some of the things we say are lies. And I'm like, no, some of them are actually, like, true. I did eat bugs at the beach. I was fly in your mouth. That's funny. It's super hungry. Well, I must admit, I don't have a stomach anymore, so I'm lucky there that I don't get as hungry as I used to. I'm lucky. I was never really a hangry person, which is good. Sour sweets, but sugar-free. I don't know. I don't know about sugar-free, Azra. Most are true. Yeah, that's all right, Andrew. We only sometimes slip in a little bit of, little bit of ridiculousness. All right, I'm going to go in with white now and kind of blend the petals together. So you know what I'm doing. You get hangry? Of course you do, Tonya. Yeah, that's Mary's job. Stop you from getting hangry, which is good. I miss having. At one stage, I had 5 kids in the house that I I was fostering and stuff like that. And I must admit, I really enjoyed that because I had to cook all the time. I had to bake because it wasn't affordable to, buy school snacks and stuff for that many kids all the time. So it was great because I actually used to cook and feed all of these starving children, and it was so good. But now it's just Georgia, Em, and I don't eat. So I don't cook anywhere near as much as I used to. What is hangry, Michelle? Hangry is when you get that you're hungry and you take it out on all the people around you by being angry at them. You get a little bit snippy at them. And hello, by the way, I didn't see you come on in. G'day. So hangry is the term for if you don't feed me soon, I may kill you. The nice way of putting it. But yeah, no, I was never really a hangry person. But I always used to find I it's more about concentration with me. What was that? Is it the Snickers ads that have it about the hangry? Yeah. Like it had Mr. T and all of those kinds of things, and you had to have the Snicker bar. I think that's where it come from. Yeah, it was. Okay. I couldn't remember. So I'm going out to my dad's today. After this, going out for lunch. I went up to the beach on Wednesday, Thursday up north. Spent some time with my brother, sister-in-law, nieces and nephews. And they're driving back through today and stopping in at my dad's. So we're all going to go out there and catch up at my dad's and expect lots of kisses and cuddles from my teenage nephews. And that's a joke, by the way. But they should give me kisses and cuddles after getting this PS5 for them. Yeah, I think the term was around before the ad, Angie, but I think that kind of brought it to the forefront. I just remember those ads. You're not yourself unless you eat a Snickers or something along those lines. I don't watch regular TV anymore, so I don't even see ads. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got a phone call. I'm sitting here. It was about 9 o'clock yesterday morning, and I thought, oh, I'll finally get up. I'd watched I'd been in something. I don't know. I was watching videos or whatever, YouTube, whatever I was doing, and I thought, oh, I better become human. And got up, had a shower. By the time I got out of the shower, I'd missed some calls from my sister-in-law, and it was like, can you call me as soon as? And I'm like, that's weird because she never does that. And by the time I kind of gotten to the point where I was going to call her, she was ringing me again, and I'm like, what's going on here? And she's like, can I ask a huge, huge favor? Can you do this and go drive? The next. It's only half an hour, 40 minutes to the other town. So it's not ridiculous. But can you go here? Because apparently you can pre-order them, but you have to do it in person. And I'm trying to find a colour, and I can't find it. So that's why I'm sort of half talking at the same time as, there it is. Yeah, so I had to sit there and she goes, but you've got to order it in person, blah, blah, blah. And I rang the store and I said, I've got to come from, the other town. And I said, sorry, we've been given directions. So I'm using avocado here. I'm just putting in some green on in the middle. The tips of the magnolias in the middle are like a light green. So I'm just putting in a little bit of that. So I was like, so I had to get the car, and hopefully they only had 20 pre-orders that they were accepting and blah, blah, blah. So I got in the car, not even knowing if I was going to get there in time, because apparently everyone wants this PS5. I don't know. And but anyway, I got there. I got it. I've got this pre-order. I paid the deposit, whatever it is that I need to do. And so hopefully they get it. But what's going to happen is it'll come to my store here, and they actually live like 4 hours away. So when it comes, I'm probably going to have to meet them halfway. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that blooming bouquet. I just missed a couple of spots. Just going over that white in a couple of areas. Yeah, so to take them this PS5 thing. Are they? No, they are magnolias. They're not sakura. Yeah, they're not the right shape to be sakura. If you look closely at them, I was having a bit of a look, and yeah, the petals aren't right. So I think they're Japanese magnolias. Well, that's what they are in my, but they look a little bit like sakura anyway, because it can be whatever you want it to be. It's Tammy's flower that's in her brain, and I have chosen this. It's a fantasy. It's a myth. It can be whatever I want it to be. Okay, yeah, cool. I don't know. Oh, road trip, maybe I'll plug it in. I know, 2 hours back. Oh, yeah, Evelyn, the drive doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form. I used to drive for 12 hours a night for work, and I used to be a territory manager for a pharmaceutical company, and my territory was North Queensland, and I'm trying to liken that to the size of a state in America. North Queensland, big. It was a big area territory to cover. So I spent, pretty much my 20s driving 12 hours every day kind of thing, between working security and working for a pharmaceutical company. Yeah, I like driving. I find it relaxing. But it's just more of a thing. But yeah, the idea that they can't play it straight away. But you're getting back to it. The only game console I own is a Wii. And I think that might get played once a year. Usually if I have too many children around and they're driving me insane. It is my page, yeah. Yeah, I love driving long distances. Like to visit, so where I grew up, and to go visit my mum, which I do try to do twice a year, it's a 14-hour drive. So, yeah, it's just what you do. All right, let's get some browns. Let's go for honey brown. Honey, honey, honey. Yeah, so I'm just going to do the branches of this magnolia. Or Tammy's plant. Whatever. Tammy's flowers. Tami no hana. So Tami no hana is Tammy's flowers in Japanese, just for those that want to know. So Tami is obviously Tammy. No belongs to hana. Hana is flower. It's also nose, which is quite funny. So you got to use the right kanji when you're writing it, because a popular name in Japanese is hanako, which is flower child, but you don't want to use the kanji for nose, otherwise it will become nose child. And I don't think anyone would like that very much, to be known as nose child. Although if you saw my nose, that might be a good name for me. Oh, what are you having? Oh, ranch chicken, baked potatoes. I'm like, oh, I'm coming, Mary. Coming. I had some sweet corn cooked in butter the other night. Oh, so good. And I put a bit of garlic in it. And the girls were just like, what have you done? This is just heaven. And I'm like, I know. I know. So I said to him, anything cooked in butter is better. Nose child, yeah. I know, I love it. I love it. Nose child. Alright. Let's go for some dark brown. What are we doing? All right. Oh, yeah. See, Michelle, that's where my brother lives. Is up on the mountain. So you probably drove past his house. They went a tip. You didn't see that, by the way. It didn't snap, so it's not a real one. Yeah, my brother lives up on one of the main roads up at Tambourine. It's absolutely beautiful up there. But yeah, every time I drive up there, I'm kind of like, one, I hate driving up the side of the mountain. But I absolutely, yeah, he saw nothing. I was like, nothing? I see nothing. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful up there on the mountain. Did you go up Henry Roberts Drive? If you went up Henry Roberts Drive, you would have had to go past his place at some point. He doesn't live on Henry Roberts Drive, but he lives on one of the roads kind of adjoining that. So if you went up that way, like North Tambourine way, not North Tambourine, I mean the other South Tambourine. We have just about every console. Yeah, but you have teenage boys, Andy. Of course you do. I have teenage girls. I have makeup. I have lots of art supplies, as I'm sure you guys have figured with my kids, which is great. And lots of clothes and shoes. But game consoles, no. Which is fantastic because I don't want them. Yeah, see, I have worked at Toys R Us. Oh, I wish he would have been the best dad ever. Oh, that is amazing. I'd be like, what does your dad do? He works at the toy shop. I'd be like, yeah. Go back in with Honey Brown. But oh, you went to the glowworms? You know what? I still haven't done that. It's one of those things. You have all of these things around, and you don't go to them because you live near them, and you're like, yeah, one day. That was probably good about this year because we had to like staycation. I actually went to Fraser Island, which is the largest sand island in the world, and national heritage, like World Heritage Site, listed as one of the most beautiful places in the world, blah, 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 blah. And I still hadn't been. So we actually went, and they are true in calling it that. It is a natural wonder. It is incredible. But I hadn't been. All right, I want a bit of maple. Maple. This would probably be one of my favourite colours in the Shapirs, is this maple. It's kind of Not quite a yellow ochre, but I love it. Love this colour. Your little gamer on your phone. Yeah. The last game I played, so I haven't even played many games on my phone. I did get into Candy Crush when it first came out. Oh, Farmville. I did Farmville for a while. And then when I realised I was setting an alarm to so I could harvest my crops, I went no. So I got rid of Farmville off my phone. And then I did Candy Crush, and I remember being in class one day and I'm looking at my students and all I could see was candies, and in my head was things like sweet dropping down, and I went, oh my God, you think your students are Candy Crush candies? So I stopped playing that. And then when the Harry Potter game come out, I started watching that. I think I got up to year 4 or 5, but I was always waiting on the new updates. Like I was always waiting for them to put on new levels and stuff like that. So I stopped playing that, and then I forgot all about it. So student Candy Crush, yeah, time to stop. I know. I was just closing my eyes. Yeah, I didn't see any dingoes when I went, Michelle. They had just it was winter when I went, and yeah, a lot of them were in kind of hideout at that stage. But it was phenomenal. All right. Okay, I'm going to go back to my bush over here. Going to go in with Tickle My Pickle. But yeah, I was like, okay, Candy Crush, bad. I think I was up to something like, I don't know, level 1500 or something on it. It was a bit much. I have that kind of personality. I have an addictive personality. So when I get into something, I get into it, and that's all. Like it consumes everything, which is why I don't drink, because it would be something I think would become addictive to me. So that's why I've always stayed away from it. So I have to work, addicted to food, addicted to cigarettes, all of those things over time, and I've had to work on those addictions. Right now, I'm addicted to coloured pencils, which I'm sure you are aware of. If you go to Mary's and my Facebook page, Pencil Hoarders Unite, you will see. And you guys aren't helping my addiction. You're supposed to be, supportive, Pencil Holics Anonymous. But no. Yeah. I know. Part of me is now like, do I want to play Candy Crush game? No, I need to get my brain back into work mode. You are supportive, Ashley. You support the buying of more pencils. Yes, thank you. So this is, I forgot to tell you, I'm in with olive green. Yes. It's very fun. Hey, you're right, Tonya. You colour away. That's the whole idea of it. Yeah. You're my sponsor. Yeah, I hate to tell you, Andy, you're not doing the greatest job. You're feeding my addiction. No, it's all good. I kind of like it. I'll have something. I sit there and go, I work hard. I might as well have something to spend my money on. Sarah, and really no downside to it. You know what I like about it? Okay, so like I'm massively into makeup. Okay, so my makeup collection is insured for the price of a decent small car, and but my makeup goes off, and like I kept buying more and more makeup, and like I've got Alex drawers full of it, and I just could never get through it in a lifetime. And I'd buy another palette with, you know, another green in it, or another palette because I liked the blue in that one, or whatever it may be. You know, I've got something like 150 lipsticks, all of that kind of stuff. But they do go off, and so you kind of sit there and go, well, your money is getting wasted, because I could never use all my makeup in my lifetime. Like my 11-year-old has a MAC palette, like her eyeshadows are MAC, and so, you know, I can only pass on so much. And then you sit there and go, well, there's all your money just getting wasted. So, oh, did I forget to tell you? I think this is the cypress tree. So you're like, I've got to curve it in some way, shape, or form. So now, instead of buying lip liner pencils and eyeliner pencils, I haven't bought. See, my Kaiser doesn't have the 36 pencils, so I'm waiting until there's a decent sale on pencils again with Kaiser, and I'm going to get their 36 pencils. I'm like, I've learned I'm not a fan of the 24 pencils. I want the 36. I think 36 is a decent amount, but yeah. So yeah, my Kaiser only ever has the 24, and I always forget to ask them to order in the 36. But I like everyone talks about the Kaiser gel pens, and I'm like, I have hundreds of gel pens. So I'm like, no, stop. So I'm trying to be good. I can use eyeshadows on my colouring pages. I know that, but they don't work anywhere near as good as the pan pastels. I started off using the eyeshadows, and then I got pans, and I'm like, yeah, no, eyeshadows are meant for eyes. I should throw a couple of, I think I've got like a couple of Jeffree Star highlighters and stuff that I haven't even opened. I should throw that into my giveaway and be like, here, have some makeup alongside some stuff. You can use purple blue shimmering highlight or something. Oh, I'm in with black, by the way, now. I think I forgot. I'm not very good. You have to remind me. Which gel pens? Oh, Kaiser sells gel pens, Angie. And I've seen like a few people, even from the States, have gotten the Kaiser ones, and they say they're really good, but I don't know. I haven't bought them. The alcohol markers are very nice, however, just so you know. If you want to be enabled, the alcohol markers are quite nice. However, wait till I have the 30% off sales. Otherwise, you're paying a fortune. All right, I'm going to go back in with Tickle My Pickle. Just pickle, by the way. But every time I say it, I can't help but say Tickle My Pickle. Yeah, I know. I'm the same. I have learned now that I just need to buy the full set, if I can, because I'm never going to be satisfied otherwise. Because I'll buy the 12, and then I'm like, oh, but they were amazing, and then I'll be like, why didn't I buy them all? And then I end up with everything. What's happened, Kenny? Are you okay? Oh, your power has been out. Oh, no, good. Hello, g'day, by the way. Hello. My power was out on Thursday, but I was actually lucky this time, and I planned my trip up to the beach while the power was out all day Thursday. So I didn't notice, which was good. And no one was going in and out of my fridge, so even better. All right, just going in with white now at the tips of these bushes. I feel like I'm actually colouring today. I had so much fun with the girls. And thank you all for those lovely comments about the girls being on stream. They did have a lovely time. Anne was like later, she goes, I felt really bad because I didn't talk much and I wasn't enough. And I'm like, darling, it was just lovely that you joined me. And she's like, I don't want to have like made it worse for you. And it was so sweet. I want the portrait set of Loomies. And I'm like, yeah, Evelyn, I'm like, that's because the whole set of Loomies is way out of my price range. And I'm like, well, maybe I should just get the portrait set. But then I'm going to want them all. And then I want the light fast. And it's just too much. I want it all. All right. Okay, we've got a bonsai bush. Bonsai tree. Bonsai no ki, by the way. Bonsai tree. I desperately want a full set of light fast. But what was it last time we looked on Amazon, Angie? Something like $350 or something, or $400. I worked out it's about the $400 mark to get the full set, including the extra 28 that they did. Yeah, my kids are awesome. I'm very lucky. Bye, Azra. Have a lovely day if you're leaving. Or some singles. Yeah, I'm like, I know if I start the singles, I'm just like, no. And it's my birthday in March, and I'm like, can I keep saying I need to stop buying, and I'll shout myself the pencils, but you know, I haven't stopped buying. All right, Royal Blue, where are you? All right, I'm going in with some Royal Blue, and I've decided I feel like doing some hair. Hope you don't mind. What else is on the list? We are eating and lurking. That's fine. I'm going to go eat soon. What is the time? Oh, good. I've got another half an hour or so. Yeah. Mind you, I don't eat before 9 in the morning anyway. I thought me chatting away would have woken up Georgia, but it has not. She is still zetting away to be a teenager. A countertop ice cream maker. You know what, Evelyn? I bought an ice cream maker a few years ago, and I'm like, I'm going to make ice cream, and it is such a pain in the butt. Guess what? I made one set of ice cream, and I put it in the cupboard, and I haven't used it again. It's just kind of sad. Sounds like a lot of my appliances. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And, no. But the 120 Loomies are 340. Then the portrait set an extra 4. Yeah, I know. And oh no, that's it. The light fast and the Loomies, man. They're just, people don't understand the while we live in a beautiful place, some things are crazy expensive here. One day, it's nice to have dreams. Nice new pencil case. Nice. I love pencil cases. just as much as I like. So every time, and that's the thing, every time I order a new set of pencils, I've got to buy a new pencil case. And that adds to it too. Oh, nice. And it makes ice as well. See, that my daughter would love that. She just loves chewing on ice. $354 for 20 pencils. No. I'm sure they're like at artsupplies.com or something. I don't know. I have worked out that it's cheaper to buy because the only way you can get the box, the 100 Light Fast, is in the wooden box in Australia, and I have worked out it's cheaper to buy the 72 tin and then buy the other singly than buy the wooden box. Yeah, the exchange rate, it's crazy. And the import tax, because there's import tax on it, and they add that and the GST, and it's like, oh, come on. So that's royal blue. I'm going to go in with a bit of, what colour might I use? Let's go in with Centauri Dreams. That looks like a nice lighter blue. Blick, $56. Thanks, Evelyn. $56 converts to $556 million Australian. That's all right. It's the price we pay. However, I can pay $1.50 for a packet of Tim Tams, so when it's on sale. So I guess, you got to look at the bright side. Always look on the bright side of life. Do, 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 do. Sorry, I couldn't help but throw that in. You can just imagine what it's like to be in my classroom, hey? Apart from the fact that I've always got music playing in the background, which means that I'm always singing. Badly, by the way. All right, I need to bring it up close again because I need to have a look at that, okay? It'll come back. All right, I just needed to have a look at what it looked like. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm a songbird. Just paid $26 for 2 packs. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, Evelyn. It's just, yeah, that's what I mean. So I sit there and go, all right, I can't complain too much. All right, I'm going to go in with black now. And it's lovely that you do that for Emily. I think you are just the kindest person, Evelyn. You're very much, I think you stand for a lot. What I do is just be kind, and if you can, you do, which I think is beautiful. I think that, yeah, I'm not, and we don't talk about religion here, and I'm not, I tend not to think, but I just think, that do good unto others as you would want done unto yourself. And it's a moral I stand by, and I build my kids up with as well, is just be nice to people, and if you can, be kind. And I think, Evelyn, you are the epitome of that, just so you know, by the way. And I was really worried about you when you disappeared from us just around Christmas time, and I was like, where's Evelyn gone? I miss her. And everyone's like, she's working. And I'm like, but it's Christmas time. I didn't realize your tax. See, our tax time is June, July. I didn't realize it was tax time for you. So it makes sense. But I was really worried about you. Yeah, it is called paying back. Absolutely called paying back. Very much so. I think the streamers have saved a lot of what people's sanity, especially the ones that are all, you know, where you all are still stuck at home so much of the time. But even for me that isn't stuck at home, it's brought me just, everyone has brought me joy. Stumbling across all of these wonderful people across the world is just amazing. I don't do taxes. I do government audits. End of year is killer. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Audit top. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Although I get a bit jealous of you. I loved, when I did my business degree, I loved accounting. I loved finding patterns and doing all the spreadsheets. It's great. But I am a maths freak. Numbers freaks. Numbers are great. Beautiful. Yes, this community is just incredible in every way, shape, or form. I did tell you I'm working with black now. I think I did. So we also have the role nowhere near as down pat as Raya-san and Monya. When you're doing something where you're trying to do a lot of flicking, trying to get that habit of rolling your pencil helps keep the point there longer. And for me, who is a musher, I have to actually think about the roll. You have a super awesome boss. That makes such difference. Yeah, Kenny, it's from Fabrika Fantasy. You can get it digitally or a hard copy. The link's down in my description. They have some amazing images, and they're not talked about as much, but it definitely have. They've got I just did one with the dragons. They've got a new book out all about dragons, and at the moment, the last thing I even want to think about is dragons. So I will get to the dragon book at some point, but right now, no dragons. No, I am not doing dragon. Smush factor, yes. The smush factor on the Shapiras is probably mid-range. So we're probably, I reckon we're looking at like a 6. You can definitely smush these. Is this smush better than the polys? I'm sorry, I'm trying to see where hair is. Thank you, Angie. Yeah, and Prisma's smush factor, like, yeah, 9, 10, absolutely. Well, I reckon Colour Soft, they're smushier. They just don't layer as well as Prismas. But yeah, I'm with you, Evelyn. I somehow managed to fall into teaching. I was 30 when I became a teacher, and I love everything, you know, Some days I sit there and go, what am I doing? But I absolutely love my job. Where I get paid to literally dance around, sing, act like a loon, be childish, and, try and embrace a love of, learning and success and resilience in kids. I think, I do. I love what I do. And I get to wear jeans every day. So nice not having to wear a suit every day anymore. The fact that I'm barefoot in my classroom most of the time too is even better. All right, I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of that royal blue. Oh, lovely. That is so nice of him to do that. It does sound fantastic. My boss's wife is a middle school teacher. She loves it. Yeah, it is definitely one of those things. Like growing up, I wanted to be a doctor. Just life took a thing. So I went and did what we call pre-med here. So I did my biomedical science degree and all of that kind of stuff. And I was going to be a doctor. My brother's a doctor. But other things happened and, life. And I eventually, I didn't get the opportunity to go do medicine. And then I did my business degree, and like I said, I worked for a pharmaceutical company for a while, but I hated that corporate world. It wasn't giving enough. I didn't feel like I was doing enough. And then, I decided to give my hand at teaching at 30, and I'm so glad I did. I love everything about it. Yeah. The Colour Soft is good for covering large areas, like colour blocking, I think, is what your Colour Soft is going to be great for. All right, going to go back in with, what have I got here? Centauri Dreams. I'm trying to get that raven kind of blue that Asian hair has. I don't know how successful I will be at that. I've never actually tried to colour Asian hair before, so this is a first. So you're seeing it live. But I really want to get that blue that comes through. Computer program for minor and accounting. Yeah. And that's it. I tend not to tell people I have a business degree, Evelyn, because I want to teach not maths, not SWOT analysis and all of that kind of stuff. So I just stay quiet with that one. I don't want to go off and teach economics and things like that. I'm like, no. I just want to teach maths and science and blow things up. Yeah, you go, Rosalind. Enjoy your pathogenesis of canine parvovirus. That sounds thrilling. But if you do want me to look over it, if you want me to do a quick look over, let me know. Just send it through and I can have a quick, edit of it. Just let me know. Have a great day, doll. If you need a break later, just send me some texts. All right, going back in with black. What's time? Yeah, so we're going to do another 20-odd minutes. Do you want me to continue this picture next stream, or would you rather me colour something else? I don't know how you would like it done, but I can leave this till next week and work on it then. Criminology sounds awesome. Yeah, Riggs needs to go out. Yep. Yeah, Casper. Oh, Casper he was on the bed he has obviously decided to venture out himself. Yeah, a degree, I know. How? Musical theatre with a minor in criminology. That is so weird, Ashley. I love it. Totally love it. But, yeah, interesting. Yeah, so I did a double major from biomedical science. I did biochemistry, pathophysiology, and also neuropharmacology. And then with my business degree, I did marketing and human resources was my kind of area that I looked at. And now I teach high schools, math, science, and Japanese. Yeah, I was the same, Kenny. I hated corporate life. I didn't like it. I didn't feel like it just didn't. I wasn't giving back as much as I wanted to. It didn't say that thing. And just so you know, I'm sure you guys can figure out the drug that I used. That was my what I used to. So I used to work for a pharmaceutical company, and the drug that I talked about all day long was a little blue diamond-shaped pill that had a V on it. So I'm sure you can figure out what my drug was. There's only so much of that I want to talk about every day. I know more about a certain part of the male anatomy than any one person needs to know about. Yes, I did find something I love, which is I am forever thankful for. Wasn't expecting it, but I am forever thankful for it. All right, I'm going to go in with a little bit of seal grey. So seal grey has a touch of blue in its undertone. So I'm just going to start bringing that through. I don't want her hair to obviously turn grey. I have, like I said, I've got no idea what I'm doing with this hair. The sit down. No, the actual. I worked for Pfizer, so yeah. So I wasn't. I'm just using the generic name. I'm not going to get into using actual pharmacological names for it. Most people would be like, what? I was supposed to get 15 and work in factories. Oh, fun. My dad was always that. My dad is the smartest man I've ever met in my entire life. Like, he is incredible. Like, my brother and I, yes, if you want to use the term, we're intelligent. We've got a high IQ, whatever that crap means. But my dad is honestly just, his brain is incredible. And but he had to, he was from a poor family and he had lots of younger siblings, and he had to go finish school and go work at 14, and certainly wasn't able to go to university to do anything like that. And he ended up working his way up through, worked at a meat factory and then worked as a carpenter and then became a nurse. And he, eventually worked his way up and did his diplomas of business through online and TAFE and things like that and stuff. But he instilled in my brother and I that we had the opportunities he didn't, and that we had to make something of ourselves and be something and do what we dreamed of and all that kind of stuff. And I'm forever thankful for that, because he is just incredible. His mind is phenomenal, and he sits there at nearly 70 now and says that he's getting old and he can't think smart and but even him being, thinking his mind is going, he's still 1,000 times smarter than the majority of people. Yeah, Mona, I don't know how they do primary, grade school. No, my hat's off to any of the people. My sister-in-law teaches prep in grade 1, and she loves it too. And I'm like, the idea, whoa. I'm just going in with white now, just to kind of blend through the highlights. Trying to blend that blue into the black a little bit. Like I said, I've got no idea what I'm doing, but I think it's looking like Asian hair. I don't know. I think I might have to do another layer. Oh, lovely. It's beautiful, Kenny. Yeah. Yeah, and Evelyn, that's kind of it too. Like my parents, they worked shift work. My mum and my dad worked shift work so that my brother and I could achieve whatever we wanted to achieve in our lives. And I was very lucky for that. Like they instilled that education was going to, we grew up in a small country town, and but they made it very, we knew that that's not where we were going to end up. Like our life wasn't that town. We could go out and do whatever we wanted to in the world, which was kind of cool. And it's so funny. I go back to visit my hometown every now and again. And ironically, I live in a small town now. I chose to live in a country town after all of that. But I go back to my hometown, and people that have not left there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of glad that my parents, yeah, I'm very thankful for that. I'm just going back in with that lighter blue through that highlight. It's too white. That's all right. You do that, Mary. You want to come fold my laundry? Although I must admit, I'm lucky. My kids are so awesomely trained that now they've figured out that, if their washing basket's getting high, they just go down and throw the load on themselves and put it through the dryer and fold it up. I'm just like, yes, parent win, woohoo! So now it's just I've got to do my own washing. So, which only happens when I run out of jeans. That's the indication that I need to do the washing, is when my ridiculous supply of jeans is getting low. Of my favourite jeans, anyway. Yeah, my parents were amazing. I'm lucky. I truly have great relationship with both my mum and my dad and my step parents. I'm one of those lucky, very lucky people that just, yeah. So therefore family is very important to me. Didn't go to college, went trade school. Yeah, that's fine. And I say the same thing back to my kids. I don't expect them to go to university. I just expect them to work to be as good as whatever they want to be in their life. I don't care if they wanted to be, a janitor or a cleaner. As long as they're proud of their work and they work at the best of their ability, then I'm happy with that. I'm more about effort and being a good person and all of that, and being respectful, than I am about A's, if that makes sense. Not everyone needs to go to university or college. It's not for everyone. Being kind is for everyone. Being nice and working hard is. What am I kidding about? What am I kidding about, Angie? I don't know. I've missed it. Probably. All right. Do you reckon the hair looks all right? Oh, no, I could probably keep playing with this for ages. I think it looks kind of... Tell me to put the pencils down. Put the pencils away. Right. Yeah, I'm confused with life. That's me. All right. Okay, what's time? All right, we might leave it there with hair. Now, we didn't answer. Do you want me to do this again next week? Do you want me to continue with this one? Thank you, Mary. Yeah, do you want me to continue with this picture or do a different one next week? Yes, continue with this picture. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I like get into the kimono and the obi and stuff, and then yeah, I might do the background and those kinds of things. I might do a couple of things and leave, the middle bit for next week. So I'll do the sky and stuff like that, and then yeah, we'll come back next week. Do whatever you want to do. I know. Do whatever I want to do. But no, I really like how she's turning out. I was intimidated by this page. I've been wanting to do this one for a long time, but I'm actually intimidated by it. So I'm very nervous to be working on it, just so you know. All right, so we will do that. I will keep my Shapiras out. But see, I put the pencils down, Tammy. Put them down. Okay. Okay, I'll bring it up a little bit closer for you, Michelle. So we've got obviously the young lady, which I'm just going to assume is probably a kami, like an inari kami, so a representation of the fox goddess. It's a goddess of myths. And this down here is the kitsune, the fox, so the white fox, and some koi. So that will be what I will work on next week. Thank you guys for coming in. It's good. Next Sunday, I will try and do this again if Angie and Rosalind don't hate me. And I might look at, but next Sunday I'm going to be even tireder because I'm going to the ballet next Saturday and I won't get back until late Saturday night from the city. So, yep. And I would have been at work for half a week. So words will be extra hard next Sunday. So bear with me. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. I truly, honestly, just appreciate your company. It's great. And I will see you all later. And I'll see you in Tanya's stream soon. So, all right. Okay. Bye. Have a great day, everyone. See ya.